I already thought Sigma was pretty good, and they're going ahead and buffing him further. Looks like Blizzard is trying to improve the flow of the character, and these changes make him much more responsive. Here, Sigma's kinetic grasp now can be cancelled with accretion. This is really good. Just like how Genji can cancel his own reflect by hitting a dash, Sigma now can do the same by throwing his boulder, and that fluidity buff is going to make a big deal. Next buff, the experimental barrier can now be recalled while kinetic grasp or accretion are in use. This is a massive buff. I'll tell you why, because so many players playing Sigma right now have the wrong idea on how to use him. They toss the barrier out like they're playing Orisa. Don't worry, we got guides coming up to help you learn Sigma, but the biggest first tip is that Sigma's barrier is used to catch abilities and damage and make space, not as a placement barrier. No. You'll get a ton more value actively sending it out all the time, and now that you're able to do so while in the process of your other abilities, also increases Sigma's fluidity, which is a big deal. This does come with a downside though. A bunch of this stuff are good things for Sigma, bug fixes getting shored up, but at the top of this says accretion now correctly deals half damage to self. Oh, he had a downside to that ability we didn't even know about. Yikes, that one's not too good. Not sure how I feel about that one. But if your grasp ability is able to pop up and down quicker, well, maybe you get enough shielding to outdo the fact that you do some damage to yourself while tossing the rock. Not sure if I think that one's necessary, though. I've been seeing a lot of talk around the community debating whether Sigma is a main tank or an off tank. Some people even saying that the concept of main and off don't even apply anymore. And, well, let's be honest, they were always fluid to begin with, but I do think Sigma is a main tank, simply because anytime I think you would want to use him as an off tank, there probably is another tank that's better at that job, which is how I make that distinction. These changes don't necessarily change the playstyle or strengths I thought he had, but in fact just makes him better at what he already did. Now I think he destroys Orisa comps even harder, blocking out the halt with his experimental barrier. Then when he goes aggro with grasp, if he sees an opportunity to toss the boulder, well, he can cancel it and then sure up a kill right then and there. It's gonna be a big play for Sigma moving forward. And although there's tons of heroes that counter him, most of them are dive heroes and they're not considered the top of the meta, which should, with any luck, cause at least for some counterpicking to occur. Moving on, the next thing I wanted to cover was answer a question that we keep getting, so I wanted to shout out this Reddit post. The link to it is in the description for your reference, and it's keeping track of the important role queue dates. We're going to continue to be testing role queue on the PTR up until August 13th. Then it'll change over to a role queue beta from August 13th for a few weeks until the competitive season 18 starts September 1st. I think it would make a serious statement if they don't even call this competitive season 18, but start it over, have everything else be called old ranked, quick play plus, archive it, I don't care what you call it. I would like to see them kick off the first season of Role Queue as competitive season 1, because to me this is ranked 2.0. They're probably not going to do that, but I may just try to get everybody to call it season 1 just to make a statement, okay? This is important to me. I've been talking about this for years. I need this. So that's all the role queue information. Going along with it is the other question: when will we be getting Sigma? Jeff Kaplan did talk about this with Siegel in the interview he had on his stream when Sigma was released to the PTR, and he said at the time that Sigma would come into comp September 1st, after the beta season of Rollock. But Jeff also said that Sigma wouldn't be able to catch ultimates, and that turned out to not be true, which makes me question if this is actually right. Because if we're going to have a role queue beta anyway, why can't we get Sigma in with it? Because come on, I want to play with the new toy. I want to see if it shakes up the metagame. I don't want to have to wait 2 weeks while we play some test season again, when we already could play Sigma in competitive on the PTR. Now, maybe he's not going to be ready to go into quick play in the rest of the game, so he can't go into the competitive test season when that goes to live August 13th, but I don't want to hear reasonable arguments. I want everything. Not fair? Okay, fine. We'll just have to wait and see. Well, guys, that's everything for today's news wrap-up video. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to leave it with a like. It really does help us out. Let us know that you're enjoying the content, and if you haven't already, please subscribe and be sure to hit the bell icon so that you get notified when our videos go live. We've been posting a ton, so you want to hit that bell to join the notification squad so you know when our videos go live. Link in the description is our Twitter, where we tweet out news, updates, dank memes, interact with fans, and tweet out funny clips. That's been it for me. I've been FREEDO for Your Overwatch. We'll see you guys next time.